Welcome back, everybody, and we return from a game number 2 that was the longest game of this tournament and might quite possibly be the best game of the tournament too. C going up 2-0 with his lead, only needs to win one more to win this best of 5 series between C and Shuttle in this TVP. We find ourselves on the map Talcross. I am BisuDagger on the microphone. Let me remind you, this is GOM TV's Classic Season 4 tournament. Everybody show your gratitude to GOM XP on their new website. Support them on their YouTube page, because if we can get enough support rallied here, maybe we can see some more Brood War tournaments in the future. This is just a start. I know that there haven't been quite the level of exciting games that you guys have wanted to see, but these players really come out here, try hard, trying to earn money here, make their living. So just support them really hard here, and I guarantee we're going to see the best possible finals, whether it is C or Shuttle who advances here. Shuttle who has to overcome almost nearly the impossible with a 3-0 streak against C. He will have to win 3 games in a row, which, you know, I'm not sure many Protoss players can do that at this time. You know, maybe Movie, maybe Bisu could pull it off, but 3 victories against someone this good in TVP is so hard, especially 3 in a row. So I think that C will eventually win out this best of 5 series, but I think that Shuttle at least has 1 win in him. I think that he can take this game for sure, and it won't end right here. But, you know, I can eat my words a little bit later if C does produce a really good game here. Now the gateway coming out, this is pretty standard. You go for that gateway off the 1 base play, then you start to go for that core and go for gas. Everything seems standard so far. Barracks is going to come out, which means that C is not going to be terribly aggressive with his command center. By aggressively expanding, I mean, maybe not. Maybe he could be aggressive with his units. I guess they're pointing out that the refinery is being built up, but I see a lot of people maybe go for that early refinery for the siege expand style build, and so it definitely looks like he could be going for a siege expand, or maybe he could go for some 1 base biomech play. That's something I love to see here, and actually 3 SCVs on gas. So it definitely looks like he will be trying to get that factory out. One of the builds that I really love to see, but I doubt I'm fortunate enough to see it, is the Deep 6 build. That might be the greatest Terran build of all time. It is quite unbeatable. If you guys are not familiar with the Deep 6, go into my Twitch BisuDagger account. Look up the Deep 6 among my VODs. I do have a YouTube account, but I do not have many videos uploaded there. I will start adding to that YouTube video webpage soon enough. And not only 1 SCV is mining from that factory at this time, as he does, or mining from the refinery, as he does build from that factory. So as I try to get my words a little bit unjumbled here, it looks like Zealots are coming out to pressure. And this could be a heavy pressure from Shuttle 2, or it may just be, you know, just using that Zealot to scout because you wanted to get a Zealot out early too. But typically you'll see a Protoss player forego that Zealot if they feel comfortable and push out with the Dragoon instead. And just to realize that, oh, my opponent did expand and has a bunker at the front. And what is this? Okay, so he still has not found his opponent quite yet. An SCV does come out from that base. I was wondering if Shuttle was going to get confused again and maybe miss-scout his opponent, but he's got to know what's going on here. And these Marines here, 3 of them are available, and Shuttle, he should just take them straight on instead of trying to save his Zealot. He actually could have gotten maybe 2 kills from this if he wanted to, but instead he does make it away with his Zealot. A Dragoon is going to be following up to defend here, so I guess there was some worth in keeping his Zealot alive. I just honestly think that he could have taken on 2 Marines if he didn't try and run away from the attacking units. Robotics facility added into this mixture, so it could be pretty fast Reavers off of 1 base. I would love to see Reavers actually getting some damage done here. And 2 Zealots and a Dragoon inside of the base, so this is going to be a little bit of heavy pressure here, and he's going to have to defend really well. A siege tank is out, and what kind of research is going to be coming from that add-on? With the tank coming out first, it could be siege mode. The peculiar thing about Talcross is that there is no ramp between the natural and the main base. So it's a little bit harder to defend because you can actually see over that ridge inside the main base. But vultures are out. And is he going to go for this command center? He does have spider mines, which is something that I was curious if he'd go for spider mines first to try and get aggressive against Shuttle and go and get those free Dragoon kills with the spider mines, putting in the right position here. So a natural expansion could be on the way for Shuttle. He does have his probe poised in the right position to be able to get that Nexus up. The excitement is not going to die down here as these players are just trying to figure out exactly what they need to do to fight the composition of their opposing player. The Dragoons, oh, one of them getting picked off right away. This Vulture being really smart, putting spider mines in a location where Shuttle, he thought he was pretty safe and home here. And now a Vulture inside the main base. It should be able to pick off at least one or two of these probes. Their damage against probes is absolutely horrendous. And the fact that it will just eat away those probes so quickly, I think it's horrendous from the view as a Protoss player, because why would someone make Vulture attacks so freaking useful against workers? But that's just the case. Let's all release our nerd rage at some time or another. I know we all have that pent-up rage from gaming and maybe losing 20 games in a row. But, you know, just hang in there, new guys. Hang in there. You know, that's what happens in StarCraft Brood War. You get in there, you lose 100 games, you win one. It feels good. And if you decide to play the computer, then you can win all your games. Another Vulture getting in here, though, so nice, easy kills again. And using the terrain to his advantage, C is going to be able to keep that Vulture alive a little bit longer here. Finally does capture that Vulture. It does not make it away, so Shuttle, he is able to contain that threat inside of his main base, but unfortunately, without a Dragoon there, he had to grab his probes and lose some mining time. So this is the Siege Expand that I was talking about. I think it is the safer opening on Tau Cross than going for that Bunker Expand, which is why C opted for it, and it allows you to get the mech out a little bit quicker if you want to go for a 2-base timing attack. 3 tanks on the field, 1 Vulture, meanwhile 6 Dragoons, 3 Zealots, and 1 disappointed Shuttle. If you do not see, go back 30 seconds. He shakes his head on the camera, and you know, it's got to be disappointing when you're down 2-0. And it's been nearly an hour between these two players playing their matchups here. While the first game did end up very quickly, we're seeing a game number 3 that could go very long. It has the potential here. Shuttle, he just can't make any major mistakes. He has to be very solid against C. And C, he does have the defensive edge here. His tanks are in just perfect positions. 4 tanks in total now. 63 supply to what looks like 50 supply for Protoss, and that's a pretty big supply difference for C, so his macro ability is just far exceeding Shuttle. And as we see the new lineup, there are 3 observers out, so hopefully Shuttle can deal with these spider mines, especially now that he's going to have vision of them. It's going to require some ridiculously good micro though. And a nice huge shot from C, hitting a bunch of Dragoons at once. This is really a threatening build for C right now. He's moving out with those turrets, which means that drops are going to be really difficult to deal with. C, he's putting those tanks in great positions and adding a bunker in too, so he's just going to kind of bunker siege up this natural base, and the Shuttle is going to have to do a lot of damage here. Can he get the Zealots in range? Those Dragoons, hopefully the shields can heal up quick enough. In StarCraft 1, shields do regen quite a bit slower than they do in StarCraft 2. That's one of the big design changes that they decided to add in that future game of StarCraft 2. But while you guys reside in StarCraft 1, you're going to have to deal with long drawn-out times. And can he catch that tank off guard and pick it? No, the Vultures do come in just in time, and the Reaver is going to be picked up inside that Shuttle. So Shuttle does have Reavers available to help him bust out of this. And how many Zealots does he have in here? One of the Zealots dropping immediately, but the damage is not done against those tanks. And a Reaver drop perfectly getting a Scarab off and hitting that tank. Meanwhile, these Dragoons, they cannot bust down that line. That bunker and turret were in such a perfect position, it was actually messing with the pathing of the Dragoons, and he couldn't properly focus out those units. And in StarCraft 1, the units will actually focus buildings first, so you have to make sure you babysit your units can make sure they're microing against your opposing army properly here. The Reaver does come out. Another big shot here. Takes out that middle tank. 2 of them are really low on damage. I do not think the Reaver was lost inside that shuttle, but he definitely did get some damage upon it. He's going to have to be very careful. Shuttle still trying to do a really good job of being aggressive here. He's just low on forces. 54 supply to 92. And he's just going to have to tap out. GG. No way to recover with the loss of those Dragoons. And C is going to go into the finals. He is the winner here of game number 3. This is BisuDagger. Thank you for watching GOM TV's Classic Season 4. I will see you next week in the finals.